comrades, truly tonight the sun shines down on the righteous. In the Socialist Republic of South Yorkshire, soon to be here again, I'm speaking today in support of the leader of the Labour Party, Jeremy Cobyn, and his support for women's rights, for a future Labour government committed to ending inequality and ending the ravages of austerity by investing for growth in the economy. I brought a felt pen this afternoon to write my speech, and it wasn't my tears that have blurred them. It was the rain, which is why I'm so impressed that I'm standing here in the sunshine tonight with all of you. As explained, my name's Jane Vincent. I came back to the party last year. I'm Sheffield Heeley Constituency Women's Officer. That's one of 285 constituencies who nominated Jeremy. That's 85%! That he was elected our leader by a landslide, and he won because members of the party knew in their hearts and minds that business as usual was no longer an option. Labour lost the last two elections badly, and when we look across to Europe and we see other social democratic parties in crisis because they didn't stick to their promises in opposition and they then embraced austerity when they got into power. As a woman, I also support Jeremy Cobyn for leader because he opposes austerity completely. We must remember it's women who are being hurt most by austerity. His leadership means Labour now proposes public investment rather than austerity and cuts. That means my life and the life of millions of women will be transformed for the better. Jeremy never voted for cuts. More importantly, he never abstained on welfare cuts. And of course, he unequivocally supports all women's shortlists, which those of us in the Labour Party know are so important. And his shadow cabinet has had more women in it than at any other time in history. As women, we must strive to extend that party democracy. We want a real women's conference with real power. Historically, Jeremy Cobyn has always campaigned against sexism, discrimination and bigotry. He's consistently spoken out on these issues, even when he and others were attacked for doing so. Let's not forget, he's always been a strong friend of the LGBT community. And he's always campaigned for their rights too. Over the Iraq War, like a lot of you did. But I returned when I saw Jeremy Cobyn's name on that ballot paper. I felt hope in my heart for the first time in 35 years. And on the day of the Chilcot report, it was evident to me who was a leader, who behaved like a Prime Minister should do. It was Jeremy Cobyn. He welcomed that report. He identified what needed to be changed. He met with the families of the soldiers who were killed in the conflict, and then he did something that none of his other rivals for the leadership could have done. He apologised for the role of the Labour Party in the greatest foreign crisis since World War II. And the maiming of hundreds of thousands of people. And he apologised for the devastation wreaked on Iraq and its neighbours. Now we're at the early stages of rejuvenating the party. A Labour Party that is on its way back to power. We can win if we emphasise growth and prosperity for everyone and reject the failure of austerity. We can win if we embrace diversity and we reject racism, we reject bigotry, and we reject division. And we can win if we strive for peace, rather than seeing war as a first resort. Now, Labour is truly an anti-austerity party that rejects the idea that neoliberal rat race is inevitable. We are building a party that puts people first. Labour now has a coherent and radical economic policy, borrowing to invest in growth, rejecting an unsustainable policy of borrowing to consume. We all need a Labour government which puts the interests of the majority first. We are on our way back to government. So let's finish the job by uniting behind the policies that have created the biggest political party in Europe. I am fed up with people who claim to stand for women but do nothing and never self-criticise. It's simple. Put us in charge, empower women in the party, and let us decide who are our friends and who are not. Let us decide who will stand for active women's sections, who will stand for all women shortlists, who will stand for equality in the shadow cabinet, and who will stand for policies that really do defend women's rights. I want to urge you to support Jeremy Cobyn and stand with me and millions of other people. I know he's a true friend to women. Voting for him is a vote for other strong women, women like Angela Rayner, women like Diane Abbott, and all the other women who are empowered by his leadership. Stand with me, men and women, and let's support Jeremy Cobyn for leader, now and forever.